pronoun. So an object pronoun replaces the noun receiving the action. So you could say, I made a cake and gave it to Grandma, okay? Or Grandma wanted a cake, I made her a cake and gave it to Grandma. Okay, so Grandma is the person receiving the cake, even though she is not the person that is making the cake. So let's have a look at an example. Ted and Sally went to the supermarket and their mum bought Ted and Sally an ice cream. So Ted and Sally are the people that are receiving the action. Even though their mum has bought the ice cream, she is not the one that is going to be eating it. So we've got Ted and Sally went to the supermarket and their mum bought Ted and Sally an ice cream. So we need to replace Ted and Sally with an object personal pronoun. What could we choose? Well, we could have Ted and Sally went to the supermarket and their mum bought them an ice cream. Because there are two of them, Ted and Sally, their mum bought them an ice cream. If it was just Ted that went to the supermarket, his mum would buy him an ice cream. And if it was Sally that had been bought the ice cream, the mum would have bought her an ice cream. So they are the object pronoun because they are the ones receiving the action. So their mum has bought it for them, but they are the ones that are going to eat it. Okay, let's look at another example. So here we've got a briefcase. So Dad picked up his briefcase and put his briefcase in the car. So Dad is the one doing the action, but the briefcase is the noun that is receiving the action because it is the thing that is being picked up. So Dad picked up his briefcase and put his briefcase in the car. So we've said his briefcase twice, haven't we? So we need to replace his briefcase with a object personal pronoun in the second example. So we can say Dad picked up his briefcase and but we need a object personal pronoun to replace his briefcase. What could we say? Well, his briefcase isn't a girl and it isn't a boy. So what could we say? We could say Dad picked up his briefcase and put it in the car. If you said Dad picked up his daughter, then you'd put her in the car. Or Dad picked up his son and put him in the car. Okay, can you see how it is the person that is receiving the action? So Dad is the one that's picking it up, but it is the briefcase that is being picked up. Okay, so here we have got our subject to object pronouns. So if the subject pronoun is I, the object pronoun will be me, gave it to me. Then you have you, and the subject pronoun doesn't change when it changes to an object pronoun because it's you. Then we had he to him. So Dad picked him up. Then we had she to her. Dad picked her up and Dad picked it up for it. And then they to them. Mom bought them an ice cream and they were they were Ted and Sally. Okay, so now we've learnt what an object pronoun is for an object personal pronoun. Let's see if we can spot some in these sentences. So I saw Mr. Brown this morning and gave him my homework. John likes computer games, but he doesn't play them very often. I really like cake, but I don't eat it very often. Okay, let's look at the first one together. So I saw Mr. Brown this morning. So I is the personal pronoun, the noun doing the action. Okay, I am the person that saw Mr. Brown. So Mr. Brown is the person receiving the action because he is the person that is being seen. So I saw Mr. Brown this morning and gave him my homework. Now, where is the object personal pronoun in that sentence? Fantastic. Yes, it's him, isn't it? I saw Mr. Brown, and because Mr. Brown is a man, I gave him my homework, not I gave her my homework or I gave it my homework. Because Mr. Brown is a man and he's the person receiving the action, because I'm giving him my homework. He's not the one giving the homework. I'm giving it to him. You need the object personal pronoun him. Okay, next. John likes computer games, but he doesn't play them very often. And I really like cake, but I don't eat it very often. Could you pause the video and see if you can spot the object personal pronouns in these sentences? Okay, year 2, so let's go through them together. John likes computer games. So John is the person doing the action because he's the person that is playing the computer games. And the computer games are the object because they are the thing that is being played. So John likes computer games, but he doesn't play them very often. Where is the object personal pronoun in that sentence? Yes, you're right. It's them, isn't it? It is talking about the computer games because those are the things that are being played. Okay, the next one. I really like cake, but I don't eat it very often. Well, I am the person that is eating the cake. And the cake is the object because it is the thing that is being eaten. So therefore, what object personal pronoun has been used to replace the cake? Yes, that's right. It's it. It is replacing the cake. Fantastic. Well done. Well, here, let's have a go at these. We have got some sentences that are missing some words. Where was Sarah? I didn't see at the party. I made a cake. Oh, I've repeated myself here. And ate and ate. Ignore the first and ate. I made a cake and ate the next day. I have 3 cousins, but I don't see very often. Okay, let's do the first one together. So where was Sarah? I didn't see at the party. Okay, so I am the one that is seeing, but Sarah is the person that is being seen. So she is the object. So what object personal pronoun could we use to replace Sarah? Because she is a girl, isn't she? Yes, fantastic. We could replace her with her. Where was Sarah? I didn't see her at the party. What about the second and the third ones? Could you pause the video and have a go at filling these object personal pronouns in for me? Okay, year 2, so let's have a look. I made a cake and ate the next day. So I am the person eating the cake, but the cake is what is being eaten. That is the object. It is the person or the thing receiving the action of being eaten. So I made a cake and ate the next day. Now, what object personal pronoun can replace cake? Well, yes, it's not a boy and it's not a girl, so it needs to be it. I made a cake and ate it the next day. Okay, the last one. I have 3 cousins, but I don't see very often. So I am the person that has the 3 cousins, but it is the 3 cousins that aren't seen very often. So what would you replace 3 cousins with? Well, there are more than one. So we can't have her or him. We'd have to have them because there is more than one cousin. I have 3 cousins, but I don't see them very often. So they are the people receiving the action of not being seen very often. Fantastic. Well done, year 2. So your task, you have some sentences with missing personal pronouns in. Now they could either be object personal pronouns or subject personal pronouns, and you have to fill in the correct personal pronoun for the gap. Now you'll find this activity on the worksheet Year 2 English 1st of February resource, okay? And then maybe when you're finished, could you have a go at writing some sentences that include both object and subject personal pronouns? See if you could do an example like I did, where I said, Thomas was tired, so he went to bed. Okay, try and write some sentences using object and subject pronouns after you've done the worksheet. Remember, an object personal pronoun is the person or the thing receiving the action, and a Subject personal pronoun is the person or the thing doing the action. Okay, well, have a lovely rest of your day, Year 2, and I look forward to seeing you in our next English lesson. Bye!